So we have been getting things together. I've got almost all the paperwork ready for the business. I've got the EIN for the trust. Tomorrow I get the EIN because you can only do one EIN a day. Tomorrow I get the EIN for the LLC, and I do the LLC, which is $52 to do the
Can't
LLC.
see me.
And then I do I've got all the paperwork already written out. I just get it. We're eventually going to have it as like the Rockefellers, where we end up getting a life insurance policy as well. And there's all kinds of steps to it. I'd have to walk you through it to explain it all. But we are sovereign beings, which means we live under common law and not man-made law and not the state law. So we are not under the same jurisdiction as what most um,
Citizens.
citizens. Yeah, we are sovereign beings. We're living beings, man and woman. So we are no longer an entity or a foreign
I don't know what you're talking about.
but
Yeah,
to the
yeah,
government, which means you're a slave to
yeah.
the government, pretty much. But we are no longer that. We are our own sovereign being. So, yeah, the trust owns everything.
Somebody had on their window today, whatever you let your government do to other people, they will eventually do it to you.
Yep.
And I was like, wow, whoa, that's deep. But anyway, I had a good, decent day outside. I changed the thermostat on the van, uh, got my upper control arm on my driver's side done. That cost me about $250 to get done. The thermostat was 28 bucks, 28 bucks, but in the end it cost me about 40, buying water and stuff to put in it and yada yada yada, buying a tool because I couldn't find my tool, my 10-inch socket, so I had to buy one from AutoZone.
And then yesterday you did the AC thingy.
Yesterday I did the AC condenser. Um, I'm still needing tires. I'm gonna get them. And let's see what else. We cleaned the camper, a lot of the camper today.
Kitchen area.
Yeah.
Today.
So tomorrow we're gonna get back at it, and you can watch us clean again on Facebook if
Shelley
you want to.
Woodford's page.
But anyway, guys, it's you know, once I get started on something, it's hard for me to stop. And my mind is focused on getting this business going. And nothing's gonna stop me. Not this time. Nothing. Short of a bullet. Nothing.
We need to get the patent for the land still.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. Wait a minute. 1 second. It doesn't matter what the situation is, how long it takes. I'm gonna. One thing I'm really good at is making money. I'm hustling, and we need help. We do. Not gonna lie. Not gonna front. It would be nice to have
surgery.
It would be nice to have help, but if we can't get help, then I guess I'll do it myself. And uh, 10 years ago, we got help, and we were homeless, and a lot of things were going on. We were staying in hotels, and uh, just all types of things were going on. But this time it's different. We have a foundation, we have our own land, we have a van, we have a camper, we have a business that we are starting, and it's we need we need you guys more than ever, more than anything now. Uh, you know,
It's not only to benefit us, it's to benefit other people too, with addiction and recovery, and also with trauma and
and I was talking to Shelly earlier today.
breaking free from the government.
Talking to Shelly earlier today. Speaking of helping other people, there's a lot of people that have low self-esteem. Get bullied and get assaulted. Whether it's sexually, physically, whatever. And my gift has always been that I can defend myself, without a doubt. It's always been that. So I'm going to also have a small studio for self-defense for men, women, and children. It doesn't matter. I don't believe in women's self-defense or children's self-defense, because everybody needs to be able to protect themselves. And there's just as many men get bullied as women. And I understand the fact that women need to feel safe, children need to feel safe, and things like that. But I think that training everyone and being equal is more of what I'm gonna do. I love to teach people. I love to train people. I love to fight. But enough of that. But anyway, I think that's going to be one of my main focuses outside of the overlanding and the mechanic shop. I think that'd be a good way to bring in revenue until the mechanic shop takes off, because everybody thinks martial arts is cool. Everybody thinks self-defense is cool. You see a lot of bullshito on Facebook and YouTube, and stuff that'll get you killed on the street. I mean, really.
Bullshito, is that what you call it?
Yeah. So anyway, I think that I'm gonna add that in there and start training people after I get out of surgery. Get myself back in shape, and we're gonna do some things. We're gonna start doing these videos every day and every night, and we're gonna build up our people again, our followers, our what is it on YouTube? Our subscribers. So anyway, we want to hook up with some people. I want to start doing podcasts. I want to start having people call in to the podcast. If you're feeling lonely, if you have suicidal thoughts, feeling angry, whatever the situation is. If you feel like harming yourself or something like that, you can say that. But anyway, anything like that, Traveling Peer Recovery Coach is always going to be here for you. You know how to reach us. You can message us on Messenger, and we'll reach out to you. I've got another channel on here called Real Talk, is it?
I think that's what it's called.
Because there was a couple other Real Talks on.
You can also check out my channel as well. It's a lot of love stories and stories that I've written, books that I've written myself that have gotten a lot of followers on the Chapters app.
She's good. She's got an imagination.
On the Chapters app, but I'm taking them over to YouTube and doing stories over there, which I missed last Sunday, updating the next chapter, but I will get there.
Yeah, she's like the Twilight producer. She's like the Twilight producer. But yeah, she likes the vampire romance novels and things like that.
Not
I,
all of them are vampire
I
though.
know, but I think they're interesting myself. I like them. Uh, yeah, and it.
I've gotten
So
like 10 or 11 books written already.
I'm just so excited right now. It's hard. It's hard work because I'm anxious. I'm so anxious. I'm like, well, why aren't we getting any help? Why aren't we getting any help? But again, in the back of my mind, I'm like, well, you know what? I'm gonna do this anyway. I'm gonna make it happen anyway. And the,
It's Awaken to Shelley. Awaken to Storytime with Shelley, I think, is the name of the YouTube channel.
yeah. So I feel blessed though. I do feel blessed, but at the same time, it's challenging.
I feel it all coming together, especially with filling out all that
Yeah,
paperwork and
I've got
knowing.
kind of mixed feelings and emotions about it though. It's I mean, not about the business itself, but you know how slow it's taken off, and what's that saying? Dark beachy.
She says, my exercise routine includes running away from my problems, running late, and running
What's
my
up?
mouth nonstop. Oh, yeah.
I used to be big on working out and bodybuilding and things like that, but I since my knees, I hurt my knees. My lateral hinges is what my doctor said. Lateral hinges, and since I had a hernia, I slowed down exercising a lot. But I'll get back into it. I'll get back into it. You know, I feel like God has put us here for a purpose, and hardship builds character. We should have a hell of a lot of character. We should have a hell of a lot of character. If hardship builds character. So I feel like it's my destiny, and I feel like that. I feel like a celebrity. I feel like a celebrity. When I'm outside, promoting our business and hustling and things like that, and waving at people, and getting to see different people and people getting to see me, it's getting me out there, it's getting my name out there and us out there, and what we do. And then if they take pictures and then they check and then they take they click on YouTube, then they'll see everything. They'll see everything right there unfolding.
YouTube, Facebook.
They'll see it right there unfolding. And
You got a compliment today. Was it today or yesterday when the guy said, it's good to see somebody out here finally actually trying to do better or something, was it what
yeah,
he said?
or do something is what he said.
Do something
Trying to do
instead
something. Well, yeah.
instead of trying to.
I mean, it's hard to explain where we are right now, but I think we're in the transition phase of actually getting it going. I think that's where we're at right now, in the transition phase.
Well,
And if we can just get over that one little hump
tomorrow we
and get to the next phase.
Tomorrow we actually are owners of a business. Once that EIN is made and the LLC is done tomorrow, when I get it done on
We've got to get that camper
to the land.
to the land. And the tires on that camper are terrible.
Looks like a bobcat came in.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it looks like Freddy Krueger or a vampire just slashed the tire with his fangs. But yeah, and these are the tires on this thing are bought. I've bought 2 sets of tires in the last 4 months, used. And I finally changed the control arm up here, so hopefully they won't, wear down so quickly. But I need LTs on this van, so this is a light truck, and we do some towing and off-roading and overlanding and things like that. So I feel like that's what we need.
Have you been reading the comments? Me too, bro. My old body is beat to hell. Fortunately, I'm still 15 years old on the inside. Right?
Right, right. I feel that.
I look like the dude in a zombie movie who got bit but is trying to keep it quiet.
Wow. There's always that one too, ain't it? Get bitten, and keep it quiet, and then they end up messing up everybody. But yeah, but yeah.
I need something to drink. Nothing's cold in this.
We need you guys to share. We need you guys to
Like, share, and
subscribe, and get us out there. Get us out there. I promise you, you will not be disappointed this time. You will not be disappointed. And if anybody's got their own business, successful business, and have any pointers, like I was telling them on Facebook today, I'm all ears. And I'm more than willing to listen and try new things.
Another question I've got is, when I put the land, so everything's under the trust. You, me, the dogs, the vans, the land, the well, I forgot the camper. I need to add the camper. The camper, the business, everything's under the trust. So the trust owns everything. We own nothing. The trust owns it. We are just the trustees of the business or of the trust. So we do everything for the trust. Like, we can do everything and say yay, nay, or whatever. So, and we pay no taxes. We're tax exempt because of it. Because it's a 508 C1A, faith-based trust. The only thing I have a question about is the land then. Since nothing is taxable, wouldn't that mean the tax in the vans wouldn't be taxable then too, since they're under the trust?
I have no clue. That's something you can...
I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, something you can look up. But anyway, we've got... You know, we had a lot of people that were behind us. And we would like to prove ourselves this time. You know, we want our people back. We want our people back.
Yeah.
And you know, that's why we're doing so many videos, and we're gonna start doing them live. And almost everything's gonna be on camera. Not everything, but almost everything's gonna be on camera. And yeah, that way everybody will know what's going on, what's happening. So yeah. So what's today?
Today's Monday.
Yeah, but what's today's date?
The 23rd, I believe.
23rd.
Yeah.
So there's 7 more days in this month.
Yeah. And then storage is due.
Yeah, no, I want to get the camper. I want to get the camper cleaned out and get the stuff in the camper before storage, so we won't have that bill. Because all of our money needs to go to a land surveyor, getting everything fixed up in the camper and around the camper and the land.
Surveyor. Remember, I told you yesterday that I found that thing when it was doing the patent for the land and everything, that under our name, Woodford's Legacy thing, that it already had a survey there. So I don't know if that survey that they have on the land that we own, if it is a survey of the 4 corners, or if it's just a survey of what's on the land, or what it is. But I need the deed again so I can.
I want to give a special shout out to Farmington, New Mexico, because
they have been amazing.
They have been amazing. With me promoting my sign and them actually, they're trying to help get it going. They've, I think I made $200 and something today and $200 something yesterday. But like I said, we spent $250 on the control arm and all that stuff today, and so yeah. But as soon as
We
we
have to
get,
have the foundation stable first before we can start
yeah,
to keep
as soon
building
as I
on
get
the rest of it.
all I need is tires. All I need is tires, and we're out, and we're on
On
our
our
way to the
land,
land.
well, we
That's
need
it.
and then $600 to survey it, unless that survey says what the survey,
Well, but yeah,
the
but
four
once we
corners
get to
are.
the land, I can start, doing the work, building the foundation around the porch and all that other
Right.
stuff. So that's what I'm anxious to do. We're still 5 hours, even though we're in New Mexico. We're still 5 hours from home, up steep mountains. So
But I know the trust makes it where they can't tell us what we can do on the land anymore. Haha.
so anyway, we love you guys, and
Love you all.
we'll be back. And I don't even know what else to say. We would appreciate your likes, your share, and subscribe. Tell your people, hey, they mean business. We love you guys, and God bless you.
Love you guys. Bye, guys.
How you turn this thing off now?
Deb did the X up there. I had to figure it out the other day. And then okay.